Yeah, what's good? What's going on with you? What you do? What's your life like? How you feel? You're vibing with Reeves. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? How you feeling? I'm chilling. I'm chilling. And I'm doing my thing, I'm doing my thing. Loving life, having a few technical difficulties, with the laptop, and the reason, my reason program got I have issues with that shit. Then this, I was chilling with my girl at her crib, and trying to make beats there, and this is acting up. Look. See, that I ain't supposed to do that. I ain't supposed to pull out. That pull like never mind. But it ain't supposed to pull, you know. So it wasn't working, need to say. And I've had that for so friggin' long. I went through a time with that where it wasn't work where it wouldn't work for months. Then I don't know where it started working a little bit. Then all of a sudden it was working beautifully. Like it never messed up in the first place. But yeah, I had that this joint for years. And it was used when I got it. So, if uh, it doesn't work anymore. Sad to say, this right here is a soldier, the Akai MPD-18 controller, sound controller. I control sounds with this, like drums, keys, with samples, whatever. I control it on these pads. USB base. Plug it into the USB on the laptop, computer, whatever, and hook it up to the DAW I use, digital audio workstation music program like the Reason or the Ableton, whatever. If you have Fruity Loops, FL Studio, you can use that as well. But yeah, I have another controller, this. It's cool. I use that as well. Complete control, native instruments, I use that as well. So, I may have to focus more on that because the Kai joint is older and it's yeah, maybe on his last legs, maybe off his last legs, and I notice, but sometimes you notice things go wrong and you try to act like you didn't notice. It's almost like relationships. A relationship, you're seeing the red flags pop up and things aren't what they're supposed to be. You sit there, try to act like you don't notice, like, oh, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. And that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. So, oh, it's not, it's not what I think it is. No, it's something completely different. Nah, it's exactly what you thought it was, man. It's exactly what you thought it was. Sometimes it is what you thought. Sometimes your worst thoughts are right. Sometimes intuition that scares you is on point. And sometimes it's wrong. Sometimes you're just wrong. Sometimes you're paranoid. But sometimes you're right. You won't always be wrong when something feels wrong. But you won't always be right when you say "Yeah, everything's going to be great and nothing bad is going to happen. And then something bad happened, you shocked, because bad things happen in life, good things happen in life. Sometimes you're on point, sometimes you're off point, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. And that's just what it is. Just, I guess, getting through it, fighting your way through it, and getting to the good part. You know, we're going to get to the good part. Got to get to the good part. It should be crazy. But you know what's funny? When I hear people say all people are one way, and that's it. Let's say for relationships, for instance, when it comes to men and women relationships, there's men that say, all women ain't ish. All women are gold diggers. All women are selfish. All women are foul. All women will do you dirty. Not true at all. All single mothers. The irresponsible whores. Like, no, 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 not true, not true, not true. All women are out to get you. They out to get your money. They're out to destroy you. Like, damn, calm down, dude. You sound like you had like a couple of bad relationships, and now you're just saying that's all women. You're projecting your insecurities and your bad experiences onto a whole entire gender. Like every woman is just evil, wants nothing more than to harm you because you picked a few bad females to have relationships with. That dudes be like, oh, these women are hoes, oh, these bitches are hoes. Like, no, that's not true. Some of them are, yeah, but not all. I wouldn't even say half, but if you say every woman I've been with is that, and that just means that you make really bad choices, my dude. If every woman you've been with fits in that category, that means you make horrible choices like all the time. That's what that means. That means you always make the wrong decision when it comes to relationships. You can't tell me that all women are evil. Like there's billions of women out there. You haven't been with all. You haven't been with all. You can't tell me you're so smooth that you can pull all of them and they're all foul. There's plenty of good women out there. You just not picking them. You're hop skipping and jumping over them to get to the foul woman. That rappers make them songs about, bitch ain't shit, ain't she fuck your friends. She ain't shit, she'll fuck your friends, steal your ends. You know what I mean? You be like, oh, wow, that's a horrible person. Set you up and get you robbed. Step into the room and she giving your friend a blowjob. Like, oh, sweat. Oh my God, she's horrible. If that's the type of woman you're dealing with that on a consistent basis, then yeah, I can see why you would have an issue, but I can't. At the same time, I see where you would be like, oh wow, women, but then you gotta look deeper and say, wait a minute, these are women I'm choosing. Well, everyone has a choice. There's so many choose to deal with, and so many choose not to deal with. So you chose not to deal with someone that would treat you better and wouldn't be on that bullshit. That's a better person. That's on you. The women do the same thing. Don't be like, so sisters, don't get so quick to be like, yes, gang, yes. You, you speak your truth to action, yes, gang, yes. Tell these niggas, no, no, no. Tell them, tell them. No, no, no. I'm about to tell you next. So you don't want to hear that. I mean, you complain, all these brothers ain't shit, all these niggas is dog, all these niggas ain't shit, ain't no good man, ain't no good man. There's plenty of good men. You just refuse to choose them. How come if there's good man, how come they'll say shit like if there's no good man, how come I haven't been with any? That means you make a lot of bad choices too. Like I told the guys, you make horrible choices consistently. If you had multiple relations and talking to this one and dating that one, and all of them are foul, you can't tell. First of all, you're choosing these people. You're picking. You're saying, yo, I'm I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna ignore you. I'm not gonna answer your DMs. I'm not gonna speak to you on the street. I'm gonna give you a fake phone number. So you picking and choosing. So the people, if the of all the men you pick and choose have common characteristics. They have common characteristics. They have characteristics in common, and is being mean, disrespectful, foul, being bums, or being disrespectful, lying, cheating your bag, you know, abusive and all that way, then you are choosing wrong. You're making, I'm sorry. If everyone's messed up the same way, the only difference between them is how they look. Oh, you got the tall ain't shit nigga. Last time you had the short ain't shit nigga. Like, no, no, no. This time you put a jerk with curly hair. Before, you had a jerk with dreads. Like, no, you're still choosing. You're still making bad choices. There's good men out there. You're just not choosing them. Same way I said, there's good women out there, man. Just there's men that just not choosing them. They not seeing it. It's like everyone can form a habit and not realize you're forming a habit. It's a pattern that you're not realizing. You're choosing the same kind of person, personality wise. You're choosing toxic partners consistently, not even realizing. You're thinking that's all that the other gender has to offer. But then sometimes you hear women say, "But I'm about to leave men and just go with women." I'm like, okay, do that. It's you anyway, because you keep choosing these foul dudes to be with. You keep choosing the ancient nigga and leaving the good guys alone. You choose Mr. Wrong and leave the good guy alone. All you're gonna do is choose Mrs. Wrong. That's right. All you want to do, if you left men alone, is make bad choices, but make bad choices with women. You would just switch the gender of the bad people you will be with. And matter of fact, I hate to say it, you you end up being the bad one too. You ain't gonna be choosing that many toxic people and not have some toxicity in you yourself. You might mess around and be the person you was complaining about. I might turn into that. And then next thing you know, you be the toxic person that everyone else is like, oh man, I can't mess with her no more. So, don't you gotta look at yourself, whether you're male or female, you make it the same choices, you gotta look back and say, that maybe I just need to deal with someone that's different. That's all. If I'm always with someone that lies, why not give with someone that tells the truth? If I'm always giving someone that's cheating, let's go with someone who's faithful. If I'm with someone that is always about them and they don't care anything about anyone else, why not try dealing with someone that isn't selfish as hell? That helps. Get someone that's the complete opposite of what you normally get and try to make that work. You never know. You never know. Maybe start turning down a certain type of person that you normally would go with. Turn that type of person down and maybe give the type of person you normally wouldn't give a chance. Maybe give that person a chance. I'm not a relationship counselor. I'm just speaking from a common sense standpoint. Com- It's common sense stance. Common sense. It isn't so common. From a common sense standpoint. That's all I'm doing. I'm just saying, hey, if it's raining outside, you're gonna walk outside without your umbrella, complain, oh, it's raining all day, I'm so wet. Oh, so you couldn't get an umbrella? You probably walk out the house without the umbrella. Walk past, still, we have a whole umbrella stand, didn't get it. You didn't have a raincoat, no galoshes, nothing. Just not even you didn't even wear a hoodie outside. You could do something. Plastic bag over your head. Do it ghetto style or something, but you couldn't do nothing. But you knew it was raining. You stepped outside on act surprised that you wet down. Would you do that? Most likely not. So, because common sense would take over. We'd be like, oh, they were saying on the weather channel it's gonna rain. I look out the window, see it's raining. While I throw on some clothes that can help keep me dry and bring an umbrella with me and keep it moving. So it's the same thing, just move with common sense. That's it. I couldn't be a relationship counselor. They'd be like, hey, what should I do? It hurts when she treats me like that. I'm like, oh, don't let her treat you like that. That'll be five. That'll be $100. Like, it can't, yeah. I feel guilty for cheating. Stop cheating, nigga. That'd be $100. That would be the end of the thing. So I couldn't be a counselor because I would just say the common sense thing and just. Do you think I should leave him because he keeps cheating? Yes, unless you like that turns you on somehow. Then yeah, stay. Be up there like, so you hit it from the back again, like, man, if that's what you're into, yeah, I ain't gonna judge. But if you don't like it, then and that person is going to keep on cheating, then you need to keep on stepping or shut up and just let them do their thing. That would be my opinion. See, it's messed up, but it's common sense. It's like, you ain't gonna do nothing. Don't take it, you know. That if neither one of you gonna change, well, I'll be fine. You know, it'd be a common sense thing. So I couldn't be a relationship counselor. Because someone said, "Why don't you be one?" I'm like, no, I have to say some common sense shit and just call it a day. Relationship counselors, they get deeper into the psychology of the things and your sensitivities and insecurity and your emotions and feelings and what could work best for the relationship. And I respect them to the highest if they know what they're talking about. I just, say stuff that's common sense and stuff that I've been through or seen other people go through and just put that out there with the best of intentions. That's something else that counts. You gotta have good intentions. Have good intentions. I'm not trying to pander to either side. I'm not trying to pander to men, not trying to pander to women. You just vibing with Reeves. I'll just drop some jewels. If the shoe fits, wear it. If not, cool. If it doesn't apply, let it fly by. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's something, that kind of is a annoying to me. Yeah. But no, I just don't want to be the person that talks about things that gets on my nerves. You know what really grinds my gears and talk about the shit that pisses them off and the things that frustrates them and they don't talk about the other side. Here's what I love. I love to create. I love to create. I love to create. I love to create. The feeling of creating is just, I don't know, just rolls through me whether I'm creating the beat, um, whether it's another episode of Vibe with Reeves, or see this hoodie right here. You can find it at ReevesENT.com. Whether it's that, uh, rhymes, whether it's poetry, whether it's a story, a skit, I don't care. A story, writing down, like I said, a story, whatever the case may be. I just love to create. I used to draw too, so that's something else right there. I used to draw, I used to DJ, the DJ routines. So I just love to create. It's just something that made me happy. And if I'm sad, that's be one or mad, that's one of the ways I'll vent. So creating it's just a wonderful thing to me. I love it. And I can just watch other people create too. It makes me want to create at the end of the day. Oh, now I gotta do my thing. After seeing you do your thing, I gotta do my thing. So that's that I just love, to create, you know. I love my creative process and I love to watch other people create the process, definitely it's something that just captivates me. Like, wow, how did you do? I know how I do. How I come up with stuff. How did you come up with that? How do you do what you do? Uh, you know, forever a student. You feel me? Even if I was if I was to be a music teacher, I'd be forever a student in music, and forever a student of the creation. Humble, always learn something new. There's always something someone could teach you. They could put you aside, like, yo, let me show you how to do this. You ever tried it? Why don't you do this instead? It's faster. And then you're like, oh, sweat, this is dope. Yeah, yeah. So you can always learn something new. The moment you cut yourself off from information, say, I can never learn. I know everything. Is the minute you find out, the minute you're doomed to your own stupidity because everyone needs to know something. Everyone needs to learn. So that's it. Is there anyone on this planet that's perfect? You know, everyone needs to learn. Everyone needs to listen and learn some new shit. Self included. That means me. Yes, yes, I know. You know, and that's what it is. Another episode of Vibing with Reeves. Vibing, vibing, vibing with Reeves. Thank you for listening. Thank you for vibing with me. And you know what? I'm gonna give you another thing before I even go in. When I create, a lot of times it's mood based. So if I'm in a real bad mood, if I'm in a very dark place and I choose to make music, the music will reflect in that. I might just come up with strings. I've done that. Just come up with strings, and the strings sound so foreboding and evil and eerie. And might have the drums, might not even be snares, but you have to kick like, oh, might have some 808, it might not even just have it sound like a heartbeat and stuff. You hear like, damn, this sound like this could I've done that, and then if you listen to it, like, what horror movie do you take this from? Nah, I was in a really effed up mood back then. So instead of flipping, I just put it into the music, So it's mood for me, a mood. If I'm in a happy mood, then you might sit there and party. It might be something club, you know. Might put something chipper, might be something funny. So, my mood works its way into what I create. Sometimes my mood is changed by what I'm creating. I, I might be in one mood, feeling one way, then as I keep going, I feel better. So now I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? Thank you once again. You are vibing with Reeves, vibing on Friday. And a shout to my partner, Mr. Washington. You know what I mean? We're doing this. There's plans, definitely plans. Making these moves, baby. Yeah. Y'all stay up. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify. Don't forget, on the music side, check out some of what I created. YouTube, um, Bandcamp.com. Check me out on Bandcamp. Um, ReevesNT.com. And stay up, baby. Yeah.